About a year ago, I got laid off from work. I was working full-time while living in downtown, and at the same time I was supporting my family. When I found that I got laid off, I immediately had a hard time navigating through that scenario. After a few months, I no longer couldn't stay in my own home. I got evicted, and I really was completely frustrated. I started looking for resources. By that, looking for social services, talking to a caseworker, knowing where to go from where I live. It was frustrating because there's all these information right at your hands, but it's hard to understand. There's so much of them going through the process. What we currently know right now is what we see on the streets, but hidden homelessness can be anyone that loses their job or is currently facing an abusive relationship and is escaping from it. Chalmers is intended to create that experience to make it easier for them to provide all the information they need. Chalmers is an extremely powerful tool.
Hi everybody, my name is Chen and I'm the founder and executive director of Ample Labs. Our mission is to empower people facing homelessness using technology. We want to make finding important, life-saving information easier, faster, and more personalized than ever before. This is my friend Simon. A year ago, Simon got laid off. He was in shock. He didn't know what to do, where to go, or who to turn to for help. He asked me if he can sleep in my living room because he was going to lose his apartment due to an eviction. Simon became homeless. The pain, shame, and guilt that followed was unimaginable because nobody chooses to be homeless, yet it can happen to any one of us. Simon isn't the only one. In fact, there are approximately 5 million people in North America that go through homelessness each year. What we see outside is just the tip of the iceberg. 90% of people experiencing homelessness are hidden. They're like Simon. They may be sleeping in their cars or couch surfing with friends to get by. What you may not know is that Simon has a smartphone and uses it for almost everything. And that is also true for about 70% of the homeless population. For Simon to get back on his feet, he will face these 3 main barriers. The first is there being no central place for him to go to access services that he can use. The second is knowing exactly what to do in his specific situation. Most people actually turn to Google when they first fall into homelessness. However, top results are not always good results. The third is that it could take up to 48 hours just to find temporary shelter. The problem with these barriers is that if they're not addressed immediately, people can fall through the cracks, and people do. And that is why we created Chalmers. Chalmers is the first AI-powered chatbot to help people navigate social services. On Chalmers, instead of 15 minutes, you can find a free meal in less than 15 seconds happening right now near you. On Chalmers, you can find overnight shelter, you can find legal support in the case of an eviction. Chalmers uses natural language processing and machine learning, so it has built-in empathy. It can help point you to hotlines if you're dealing with anxiety or depression simply by telling it how you feel. Chalmers will be available in different languages, so it can help you if English isn't your first language. And the best part is, Chalmers will only get smarter and faster the more people use it. In just the first 6 months of 2019, Chalmers has been able to help more than 5,000 people and is currently being piloted by 1 city in Canada. Our roadmap from here on out is to start pilots in San Francisco and New York City to reach 50,000 people before the end of 2020. To do that, we're looking to raise $500,000 and we need your help. Homelessness is now a crisis in North America. And the first step to solving it is giving people access to the services they need. Help us put Chalmers in the hands of more people so that people like Simon can find help immediately. Thank you.